Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Let's listen to this.
The party wants Azimio One Kenya coalition leader Raila Odinga to explicitly come out and bequeath the coalition's leadership to its party leader Kalonzo Musyoka in the coming year. Kitui Senator Enoch Wambua, a close ally of Kalonzo, also wants Odinga to have a special ceremony to hand over his support base countrywide to Kalonzo, insisting it is time he now rested and passed on the leadership baton. This comes at a time Kalonzo's handlers say he's expected to make a major political announcement in January. NTV's senior political affairs reporter Kennedy Morethi with the details.
Wiper party leader Kalonzo Musyoka is on the verge of a fresh political mission, as his handlers now say he will be charting a new path in 2023. According to sources close to Kalonzo, he has been meeting a series of political players from across the country this December, and his decision may be inclusive of views collected from the various engagements he has had so far. Kalonzo has already announced his intentions to run for the country's presidency in 2027. A journey he is confident Kitui Senator Enoch Wambua says must start immediately.
We must be very clear who our presidential candidate in 2027 will be, so that we have enough time to popularize our candidate, to visit as many parts of this country as possible, and to make sure that Kenyans now begin to familiarize themselves with the possibility of a Kalonzo presidency. And so for that to happen, we must do what Ruto did. We must begin our campaigns yesterday.
Wambua says Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition leader Raila Odinga has to also accept the fact that Kalonzo has been an integral player in his politics, and therefore it's time for him to pass on the leadership mantle.
I believe that Raila Amolo Odinga, a man we owed with very high esteem and respect, and the Nyanza backyard of ODM and other strongholds of ODM, they have benefited from the selflessness of His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. It's only fair that they reciprocate that gesture beginning this journey.
Yes. Let me start by saying this. In the event Raila Odinga will not be on the presidential ballot come 2027, Kalonzo Musyoka, Winnie Odinga combination comes out as the best, in my honest opinion. And I'm saying that because Kalonzo Musyoka is a senior-most politician in Kenya and also a leader who has been by Raila Odinga for almost now 15 good years. So Kalonzo automatically comes out as the first amongst equal in Azimio. I'm saying Winnie Odinga because there are some Raila supporters who strongly believes Raila Odinga should not retire from politics until he achieves what he intends on achieving, having fought all his life for the betterment of the country. With Winnie Odinga in the picture, those Raila supporters can a little bit feel relieved in that when they see Winnie, they see Raila Odinga. So assuming Raila Odinga will not be on the presidential ballot come 2027, Kalonzo Winnie ticket comes out as the best, in my honest opinion. Let's now go back to those remarks by Wiper Party. If you look at Ukambani politics, the first thing, in my honest opinion, Kalonzo should be doing, even before he starts putting pressure on Raila Odinga to hand him the mantle, Kalonzo and his Wiper Party, more so in Ukambani, should first of all consolidate their support in Ukambani. Let them bring all leaders on board all let them mobilize the ground to speak in one voice. And I'm saying that because if you listen to some Wiper leaders, the kinds of remarks they've been making in the recent days, some remarks have really been discouraging. For example, Mavoko, this Mavoko member of parliament, Macau, just some few weeks ago, William Ruto was in Machakos and he made some remarks insinuating that it will be impossible to beat William Ruto come 2027. This is a Kalonzo ally, a Wiper Party member of parliament. And largely, if you look at some leaders in Ukambani, the way they have also been behaving, they are behaving in a manner that can just show Kalonzo is very weak on the ground in Ukambani. Kalonzo should make sure a good majority of these leaders, especially those who are elected on Wiper Party, should all be singing one tune, a Kalonzo Musyoka 2027 ticket. And on his part as Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo should not be waiting for a Raila Odinga's endorsement. Kalonzo should himself be endearing himself to the people. And in several locations in this forum, I've always maintained that what Kalonzo ought to have been doing now is not to wait for a Raila Odinga endorsement. Kalonzo should know what these areas that have been voting for Raila Odinga, what they want. These areas, if you look at Nyanza, Western, Coast, Northeastern, Nairobi, these areas are yearning for a very brave leader, a leader who will come out very bravely and very boldly to put William Ruto's government on check. I believe that's what these residents in these areas that have been voting for Raila, they want that. They want a brave leader. Kalonzo has not started showing that. Kalonzo by now should be moving around the country, actually endearing himself to these people. And one way of endearing himself to these people is by making sure he's very firm on calling William Ruto's government to order. The moment Kalonzo Musyoka sends mixed signals, and sometimes it's rumored he might be meeting William Ruto secretly, such kinds of rumors actually are even alienating or separating Kalonzo Musyoka from these Raila Odinga supporters. So Kalonzo should come out very boldly to put William Ruto's government in check. And then the support will just come up automatically. But if it's just silent, just fence-sitting, then it won't be very much productive, even if Raila Odinga was to support him. Himself, Kalonzo, should first of all come out and endear himself to the people. And it should not be seen as if he's forcing Raila Odinga to endorse him. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I still also maintain and I believe that the most important thing for Azimio right now is for them to hold together. That's the most important thing they should be doing. And also, a very important thing to note, if you look on how William Ruto campaigned, he started it immediately in 2017. I personally believe that maybe it's high time the Azimio Brigade should also borrow a leaf from that, because we saw that it was successful for William Ruto. It can equally be successful for Azimio if they were to start their campaigns immediately. They should not wait for the last minute, is when now they come to start campaigns. They should start it immediately. As far as their candidate for 2027, as long as they're campaigning together, they are able to mobilize together. Then whether they produce their candidate now or maybe later, I don't think it really makes a very big difference, as long as they're together and they are there to achieve a common goal. Whether they produce a candidate now or later is not all that important. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. But just as I did indicate when we were starting, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. If you want to support our channel here, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number or feel free to channel your support to the number. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Yes.